That is my cover of a mosquito flying around your head at night while you're trying to get sleep. On to the next track of the Amplified Rock Saga series. This is a semi-series. It's absolutely awesome so far. We've just come off my favorite track of the series, which was Dark Trip by Tremonti. Absolutely loved that track. That was the highlight track for me. If you are only hopping on now, I suggest you go back and start from the beginning, man. It's all going to be absolutely awesome. It all has been awesome so far. So Alter Bridge, man, that's the very next one, and it's called Walking on the Sky. Let's see what we got. Let's go. Great Escape. You see, that's what I like about Alter Bridge though, because they're so to the point with their lyrics over there. So it's kind of like a song about, you know, going through the storm and going through those motions of life where it actually is difficult, but then again finding that place of peace, a place of solace. Do you know what I mean? At a certain part. I mean, you go through all of that, and then at some point, and this happens to absolutely everybody, is that you actually step back from the chaos, and it feels like you're walking on the sky because you disconnect, and then you sort of like, you start introspecting on the things that are the most important, the things that bring you joy. And it usually comes through the chaos where you sort of just disconnect for a bit. And that's the moment where you're walking on the sky. That's the moment where you're walking at the edge. You know what I mean? You're always on the edge, but there's something beautiful about being on the edge when you notice that you're there to a certain degree. I'm not sure. I mean, I probably could phrase that a little better, but that's where I'm going with that so far. I don't know. Let's carry on. Then playing into that line, I apologize I'm pausing. I'm going to try and not pause too much, but just for that, where it's like, make one last great escape. So it's almost like he's saying, like, in my life, that's all I've had to do is I put myself in situations and I've had to escape it. And then I put myself in situations and I've had to escape it. And that act of escaping that situation gives you that momentary sort of like breather. It gives you a chance to just like breathe in a little bit. It's like, at least I escaped that. You know what I mean? It almost feels like you're always on the line, always on the edge. And when you realize that you get through that, and that's all that life really is a culmination of all of those things, a culmination of pressure, relief, pressure, relief, pressure, relief, right? So you got a problem, and then you escape it. And you got a problem, and then you escape it. But that moment of escaping it, it's almost like it lifts you, right? It feels like, that euphoria feels like you walking on the sky. And I think that's what he's basically saying, is like making one last escape, right? But he'll know that he'll be doing that one last great escape for the rest of his life. Anyway, carry on.
Above the ground, you see the world. You feel a rush at every turn. And if you fall, at least you try. As you tremble on the wire, walking on the sky. Do you feel alive? Tempting your fate on the line, pushing death to the flame, making one last great escape.
I also think it also can play into taking risks all of the time, right? Sacrificing something for something great, and if it goes well, then it feels like you're walking on the sky. You're on cloud nine. If it doesn't go well, it could absolutely wreck you. But that's the thing about risks, right? Without risks, there are no rewards. Essentially, the reward from taking that risk is actually coming through with it, and then making that escape, and then feeling like, oh shit, because you actually feel like you've accomplished something. It feels like you've attained, you've been successful at yet another thing, and that plays into that again. It's that reward system in your brain where it gives you that euphoria, where you feels like you're floating. Feels like you've achieved something. I like that. Anyway, carry on.
Here you stand all alone. Above the crowd, the air is cold. Losing balance where you can't let go. Here and now, in the clouds, you have found your escape. For all you give, it's worth the risk. At least you live your way.
I love that. For what you give, it is what it is. At least you lived your own way. I like that. I did it my way.
Walking on the sky. Do you feel alive? Tempting your fate on the line, pushing death to the flame, making one last great escape.
Very cool. I actually really like that song. It started getting a little heavy at the end over there, but it wasn't unbearable. It wasn't unbearable, but that I like that song. I absolutely love the song. I specifically like their choruses though. Their choruses are so damn good. Really, really, really cool. You know what I mean? And actually, they're usually very like powerful. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think down below, and I'll catch you on the very next one. Peace.